You know, I feel like everybody kind of looked at July and was like, "Oh, the Odyssey's coming out. Oh, we got brand new Spider-Man. Don't release anything. No one put out any movies. We can't afford the loss in the box office. Just don't put out any movies." Hello, everyone. My name is Jake from Talk Too Much. I am happy to do a little bit of a recap with July. These are all 6 movies I saw in July. Pretty much a pretty slow month. I won't lie. I don't know if it was because of Odyssey was being released or if we had a brand new Spider-Man coming out. But I just didn't really see a lot of movies being released this month. And I'm not one to complain about that much. It's just I'm not going to go out of my way to seek a movie that either I know is bad or just be on the streaming platform that doesn't look that interesting to me. So I only went and saw 6 movies, but I will say for July being a movie or being a month where I only saw 6 releases, this has probably been the most positive I've been after a month recap. I won't waste too much of your time. Let's go ahead and get into it. Number 6 being the bottom of the list. It's not a bad movie, but I really think you're either gonna like it or you're gonna hate it. I'm right down in the middle with it, and I have to go with Her Private Hell. Now, this was a movie that first intrigued me because I really liked the aesthetic with the blue and the pink colors that were being shown. I thought the name Sophie Thatcher being attached to it really drew my interest, so I was willing to give it a shot. And then the reviews came in, and I was like, oh, I'm either going to love this, I'm going to hate this, and I'd stand right in the middle. Soundtrack is great. It was a very odd soundtrack to have, but my God, just the way the story is pieced together along with this god-awful dialogue, no, it kills the whole movie for me. Shooting up at number 5 in the much more positive direction, we have Pinocchio Unstrung. This is the newest installment in the Twisted Childhood universe with Pinocchio. I thought they did such an excellent job with this movie. This actually has me excited for the next steps in this universe. I think the gore was amazing. I think these are really well done characters that you can actually care about. It finds that better line between horror and comedy, what works for the movie more, and it feels like they've actually learned from their previous mistakes. So having this at number 5, don't take it as a diss or anything like that. It's still a great movie, and I still had a lot of fun with it. Number 4, and it's been one that I've been thinking about a lot recently, so that's why I have it here at number 4. It's going to be Evil Dead Burn. Now, this is towards the bottom of my Evil Dead Burn list. If you haven't seen my ranking, go check it out. I think this is a good Evil Dead movie. I think what really hurts it is just the rewatchability for this. I don't mind them going all the way horror. I think it's great. I think the way everything looks aesthetically, very much my style. But the problem is when I go into Evil Dead, I expect just a little bit of comedy to kind of like help the mean spirit that's going on in the film. And there wasn't a lot of that. It was very aggressive. I think it's kind of going to be very decisive for some people, depending on their history with spousal abuse. I definitely think that's going to play into a factor of how well this movie ages. But nonetheless, the gore is great. I think the kills are very fun. The whole Deadites are definitely the highlight of this movie, and it's a solid Evil Dead movie. Number 3, which was a pretty good experience I had, at least for a phenomenal movie, and huge margin here between 3 to 4. I have The Odyssey. I enjoyed this movie a lot. I thought it was very, very well done. I loved all the cast members in this. I thought it was a great story. It earned its 3 hours, 100%. I just think that this is going to be a movie where, again, rewatchability plays a huge factor in these rankings. And then just the likelihood of me sitting down and watching a 3-hour-long movie on my TV, it's not that likely. Number 2... Again, we're in like some of the best movies, I would dare say like top 10, top 15 of my list this year so far. Number 2, we have The Invite. This has Penelope Cruz, Olivia Wilde, Seth Rogen, and Edward Norton, which it's a very subtle trailer. But oh my God, I don't think I've ever seen a comedy this good, and I can't tell you how long. I was blown away by this. I laughed. I was like glued in. I was like, oh God, how is this story gonna play out? And it's such a simple story of having neighbors, and you're just kind of like, oh, they're a little weird. They're making noises. They got a lot of things going on. I don't really know how I feel about them. Oh, I've heard this about her. Well, I've heard this about him. And having the whole dynamic between Olivia Wilde and Seth Rogen being on the brink of their marriage, but having another couple in that's supposedly, 10 times better, according to them, and just having those little twists and turns, I think was done extremely well. I had a lot of fun with this movie. I've been trying to rewatch it, find it wherever I can because I want to go back to it and I want to see it again. If you are dying for a comedy, a good comedy that the world has just been lacking from for so long, check out The Invite. You will not be disappointed with this. But, which was very shocking for me, was my number one of this month, which I was not expecting to have, and that would be Spider-Man Brand New Day. I was not expecting to love this movie. I thought it would be solid because I thought they finally had Tom Holland, Peter Parker, in a great placement to where they could go. And when I hear that they're just doing a subtle New York style solid, we're going to focus on Spider-Man, we're going to focus on Peter Parker, he's going to be recovering from the events of the last film. When I hear all that, I'm on board. I like the idea of just keeping a nice, simple storyline for Spider-Man. And that's exactly what they did. And to me, like, watching this, I felt just as much emotion for this as I did with No Way Home, which, I mean, if you've seen my short, you know how high I rank these films. I was just so blown away. I was very shocked, not in the level of like Endgame, or I guess maybe not the initial shock or the extreme of No Way Home, but I felt like they finally took Tom Holland's Peter Parker, that personally for me, I've always liked, I've never loved. They finally took his character and did what I have been dying for, and made it solely focus on him and his isolation and his loneliness, understanding that he is no longer a kid anymore. He's a full-on adult. He has to suffer the consequences of what he did. And they doubled down on it too, which I think was a brave decision. Not just giving a way out. I think that was the smartest thing that they could have done with this movie. It leaves so much opportunity for this world where I think if we get a fifth film and they start introducing new characters, we really get the universe of Spider-Man that we've all known with Gwen Stacy, the Osborns, and characters like that. And I'm going to be there day one after seeing this movie. I think it's done records. I think it's like 1.2 billion at this current time, which this is a Thursday before the first week ends. And I was just, like I said, I mean, there's no other words I could say than this is one of the best Spider-Man movies that we have gotten in years. In years, without a doubt, and probably the best one, I would say, out of this whole entire phase that we are in with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So with all that being said, these are my 6 entries that I watched for July. Let me know down below in the comments if you saw any of these, which ones that you loved. I'm sure everybody's going to say Spider-Man has been the best, but I'd like to know, do you think the Odyssey is the best? Did you check out The Invite at least? Please do. If you have not seen it, please don't wait any longer. Go see it in theaters. It is an absolute pleaser. With that being said, like, comment, share, and I'll see you guys in the next video.